Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Morning Edition, impromptu of the Jedi Knights Watch. We have a figure to look at today, so I wanted to hang out with you guys. Let's play a little bit of music. Let me just change one more thing here as people come trickling in, I'm sure. Happy Friday, TGIF. One day closer to the weekend. Let's see. Let's go with. I thought I had a Predator wallpaper. Yes, I do. Let's do that one. Oh, it is good to see you all this morning. We had a great show on Wednesday. Ben Thomas was a special guest. We talked about Predator Badlands without spoilers, and we ranked all the movies, and we talked about this deck figure. And man, I was really hoping we would have been able to talk about it on Wednesday, but probably would have been too much information. It was already a 3-hour show, so it's really good that we have it today. Working from home today, so I can spend a little bit of time going over this figure with you guys and seeing what you guys think too, because I'm really excited. If you've seen the movie, let me know in the comments. I thought it was pretty good. It takes a little bit of adjusting, right? Because if you've been around a little bit, like the Predator it's this mysterious alien monster that all it knows is to hunt, right? And we don't really think about it having a personality. And with this new Predator movie, they kind of changed that. So it's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, but it still takes a little bit adjusting. So I would just tell you, if you haven't seen it, go to see it with an open mind, and I think you will like it. Of course, Disney does have their little touch on it, but I don't think it ruins the movie at all. There was some really likable characters, and the story itself I thought was pretty good. So I think I gave it like a 9 out of 10, and outside of like Predator and Prey, like it's definitely my favorite. And it's really close with Prey too, but Prey still has that old Native American feel with that classic Predator. So like it's hard to beat that one, but this one sure gave it a run for its money. So having said all that, welcome in everybody. Again, hope you're having a good morning. Hopefully we see some people that we don't normally see on Wolfpack, because we are on the opposite spectrum of the time that we usually stream. So had some issues with my mic on Wednesday, kind of dropping out, and then I had to exit and then come back in. So if for some reason that happens, I'll be back. Don't leave. But hopefully we don't have that issue. It was something to do with the software. So I know StreamYard updated, so I don't know, man. Sometimes StreamYard is a pain in the rear end. But I got my emergency just to kind of keep me healthy, give me those vitamins, so I'm ready to go. We got the Predator figure here. Let's see who is joining us this morning. Let's check the comments. Hey, look at this guy. We got Valkyrie Magnus, channel member, moderator. Happy Friday. Let's go. Throwing out those channel member emojis. Thank you for being here, my friend. Good morning, SG Collectibles. Good to see you. We got the movie canon working from home. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Gio. Got your message. I'll get back to you shortly. We got Adam Doom 89. Well, this is a surprise. Finally caught an early stream. Yeah, it's good to see you, my friend. I'm trying to do this a little bit more often. It definitely depends on the workday and how, what kind of demand I have. If possible, I like to work remote on Fridays, just kind of ease into the weekend, close out anything from the week, but time doesn't always permit. So sometimes I'm out in the field, and sometimes it's just too much work, or sometimes there's just nothing to talk about. But because we do Wolfpack on Wednesday, so by Friday, unless there's some news that drops, it's not always worth it. But I do want to do this more often, just to be able to hang out with the people that can't always make it on Wednesday. Adam Jones, channel member. Hello, my friend. Good morning to you. We got Brian Wong, Mr. Maju Space himself. Good to see you, Brian. Hope you're doing well. Man, coming out with he's collabing with Jazz Inc. with the sign boxes. Those look pretty cool with the backgrounds. If you haven't seen, go follow Jazz Inc. on Facebook. That's where I've seen these so far. Looks pretty cool. You can add a little bit of pizzazz to your Maju cases, and I can't wait to see it in person. So it's going to be a good time. Brian, thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for being here, and thank you for inventing the Maju cases. I appreciate that as well. Game changer when it comes to displaying your stuff. This figure is a day one pre-order for me personally. This is my favorite Predator movie and favorite Predator. Loved understanding the character and seeing him be adapted on the fly. Yeah, it was definitely cool. Again, I don't want to give out too many spoilers, but being adaptive was really cool to see. Aaron's off work, so I hit the stream. We got that guy Mark. What up? What up? What's going on, Mark? Hope you're having a good Friday so far. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, if you haven't seen, I'm gonna put a poll up, and I know we're kind of light on people in here, and that's perfectly fine. But I want to put a poll up. I just want to know if you've seen the new Predator movie. I kind of want to go see it again. Let's see. English wasn't always my best subject. We'll start poll. I kind of want to take my dad to see it. I'm a little bit not nervous, but I'm wondering how he'll take it in, because like I said, if you're so used to classic Predator, and my dad is kind of in his ways and whatnot, so like if you're so used to that Predator, I don't know, like maybe I could see some people not liking this as much, but for the most part, I've seen a lot of positivity. People want to know more about these Predator aliens, and I thought this movie really did a good job at that. So yeah, should be good stuff. All right, without further ado, let's pull it up. Oh, also, before we do that, if you guys are watching, you probably like Predator. So I finally just got the Feral Predator thanks to Hawk Wars Toys. So go check that out on my channel. It's live. So it's the Feral Predator unboxing and review, my thoughts on it, kind of what I like, what I didn't like. Almost missed the boat on this figure, and I'm really glad I didn't. Again, got it from Hawk Wars Toys, so he came through big time for me and hooked me up. I do have a coupon code down in the description below. If you want to save yourself 5%, check out his eBay store, and any regular priced item, you can get 5% with my code Santa Jedi, all in caps, 5. So if you're looking for holiday spending, gifts for other people, gifts for yourself, go get yourself a little bit of a deal at Hawk's store there on eBay. Again, thank you, Hawk, for hooking me up. It was one of those figures where I saw Prey in 2022, and I thought it was really good, and then I didn't have Hulu after that, so like I never came back and watched it again. And I wanted the figure, but then other stuff came out that I was like, well, that stuff's going to take precedent over this. So kind of got pushed off to the side, and then kind of missed out, and it was what it was. And then I got Hulu back recently, and I watched it again. I'm like, dang it. And then Predator Badlands, I'm like, oh man, I got to get this figure. So I did, and yeah, he helped me out. So almost missed it, did not. So very happy about that. We have two versions of Deck. We have Deck and Thia, and then we have just Deck himself. I also let me know in the comments, does anybody want to get just Deck? Because I think the value there is in the Deck and Thia, like 405 I think for Deck and Thia, and then 345 if I'm correct for just Deck. Like when you're paying just that much for, I mean, half a figure, but it is half a figure, let's not kid ourselves. I think it's totally worth it, and I think the look of the two together is just you can't pass that up. So, but let me know in the comments if you're just getting Deck, because I'd be curious to know why, because I see more value here in the two together, and it just is so cool to me to see them together. So let's take a look. Let's go full here. Whew, let me just change this. There we go. And let's go back. There we go. That's fine. Okay. We're figuring it out here as we go. Let's see. Geo says, this Predator took me out of it at times. I get they need to make changes, but the stories seem very numbers by numbers as well. Saw many Disney tropes in the storytelling. Overall solid movie though. I get what you're saying, Geo. And I guess I kind of saw it too, but I kind of just I looked past it because I wanted to like the movie. But the side character, yeah, it felt a little bit Disney, and these Predators are supposed to be like killers, like they obviously made it PG-13, and they were kind of smart with how they did that. Obviously no human blood, but it did feel a little like the predator was like humanized and he was kind of friendly at times, or he felt like we're just not used to like a predator feeling like they hunt, like they kill. That's what they do. So it definitely was an adjustment for me as well. But I kind of just took it with open arms. The other thing to remember, I guess, too, like if you want a way around it, is there are so many predator clans and they're all different. Like feral predator is so different from deck, and you got the traditional jungle hunter. Like they all are different, and kind of like people like are all over the world and come from different backgrounds, or all that stuff. So like I guess that's one way to kind of get around it. The other thing is he was the runt. He was supposed to be terminated, and basically it's kind of made him have to change. So I don't know, those are the two things that I kind of, I guess, justify it for me, but I get what you're saying completely. Are you planning on getting a 1/6 grizzly bear for your feral predator? No, probably not, but that would be cool. That would be cool. I think Thea is essential, especially with how good the head sculpt looks. That's something that I was really nervous about when we saw the tease, because were they going to treat her like an actual figure, or were they going to treat her like an accessory, that like Einstein from Back to the Future, Crypto from Superman? We could go on and on. Even I think Cosmo with the rocket 2-pack, I think Cosmo looked pretty good, but still maybe a little soft. Like I was worried that she would come out soft, or maybe they wouldn't put as much thought or care into her and treat her like a backpack as opposed to an actual figure. So I'm very happy to see how she turned out. Looking, first impressions here are really, really good. The Predator figure himself, Deck, has seamless body. So we have seamless elbows, seamless knees. I just did the review on the feral predator. They have the joints that are visible. Not the end of the world, because you don't have to worry about posing. But here, you're going to get that really like super realistic feature about this figure. It looks really, really good. I don't know if it's just the camera or what, but the skin tone seems a little off to me. I thought he was more of like a brown color as opposed to like this pinkish hue to it. That was more like a solid brown, but again, just the prototype. Maybe it's the lighting. That was one thing I noticed, but I really like, this is the look that I wanted. We'll see that he has the armor later on here in the photos, but this is what I want. This is what I kind of liked about the movie, was Thea on the back and him kind of roaming through the planet. We got Daniel SC in the house. I know where you can get a 1/6 scale grizzly on its hind legs. Ooh, have them kind of like dueling. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. But man, like this has reignited the passion of Predator for me, and I'm kind of kicking myself because a while back I sold my Elder Predator 2.0. Earlier this year I sold my City Hunter, and to be fair, those figures are really old and they're starting to really show their age. So I think City Hunter is like MMS 173, so it's a really old figure. Maybe they'll give it like the Terminator treatment, and they'll go back and actually do more of these Predators again. I don't know, or if they'll just do new stuff. But either way, like I have the Jungle Hunter, I have the Predator from the first movie on pre-order, I have Feral Predator now, and then I will be pre-ordering this. So at least, it's still a good shelf. We can have 4 together, but I would love to have City Hunter and Elder Predator back. So maybe one day, if anybody has one really cheap, let me know. We got the tiny art guy in the house. Good morning to you. Great to see you live. Not sure about this one. Did you see the movie? Or is there stuff that you don't like about the figure? We're just starting to get into it, but so far I've seen a lot that I like. Hopefully he comes with more different pairs of hands as opposed to the Feral Predator. Like we're missing like just tight clenched fist hands, but you got the armor here with great paint apps. You got some pitting. You got some washes in there. It looks really good with the gold and the silver going on. I think the head sculpt looks really good, and we're gonna have some new technology here too. But there's Thea. She looks great. I think there's like one photo where I maybe don't see the likeness as much, but for the most part I think she looks pretty good. I'm curious on how this all works though. It must just be wide enough that the arms can fit through, I'm sure. She comes with her gun there, and then you got like the half body missing. That's pretty cool. Do you guys think they will give us, I hope this isn't a spoiler, do you guys think they'll give us the full Thea figure on her own? Like, would they go through this much trouble to do the backpack Thea with the really nice head sculpt if this is it? Like, or do you guys think we'll actually get more from this movie? I think it's doing pretty well so far. And from what I've seen, a lot of people like it. So the neck, chest, arms, and legs are made of vinyl. Isn't Galactus being made of the same material? Not sure. We got Erman. Shout out all the way from Malaysia, as always. Good to see you. Is that the replacement Batmobile in the back? It is. Yeah, actually, right now I have 2 Batmobiles. Yeah, I got that taken care of, but I'm supposed to dismember the old one, so I'm kind of just waiting on that one. I don't want to. Dale says, I haven't seen a Predator movie in ages. This one looks amazing. Yeah, more from the movie. I mean, Hot Toys does not like to complete anything, so yeah, we'll see. But the good news is, I mean, they could have just given us the Predator deck and not even Thea at all. So that's good for me. Like, this can complete the look for me. I mean, I would like to see, as much as he kind of is like a Disney character, I'd like to see Bud just to have him. But yeah, see the movie. It's worth it. Just have an open mind. Aaron says, I think they will make a full Thea. What are we looking at? What we are looking at is what we are getting. Yeah, I'm not upset about this. I think this might have been the one photo where I was like, I don't really see it in this angle. Just kind of got that dead stare. But not only did they give us Thea, and they did a good job with her, but she also has rolling eyes. And not only that, she actually has switch out eyes. So that is, like, they went all out. So you got to give them props for that. Really good detail on the head sculpt. This look here, I think looks really good. I don't have a problem with the sculpted hair. That's perfectly fine to me. I think it's going to look just fine on the shelf. Here they are together, looking good. Like, the armor doesn't look soft to me. I think it looks pretty damn detailed. The base, the base, you could kind of say they kind of cheapened out on the base a little bit. But again, I just reviewed the Feral Predator. He has a diorama base, but there's like no room for him to stand on. And Hot Toys is like, man, people want diorama bases. Fine, let's just throw a bunch of shit on a base and not give the figure anywhere to stand. And it kind of comes across as like clunky, cluttered, not really thought out. Like, you're trying to put so many things from the movie, but we don't, at least I don't need like the gaudiness of a base. I just want it to look like the environment. That's all. I just want a place for him to stand and to look like the environment. Like, you can even have, I like how they do it with this, where the bottom of the base is like a black material, and then just, the top. Maybe this base could have been a little bit bigger. We could have had some like some plants or whatnot, a little bit more of like the actual, what the planet looked like, instead of pretty much a Star Wars sand base. And I hope this is big enough for the figure. Should be fine, but he's kind of in a dynamic pose. But yeah, that's all I need. Like, I don't need you to throw, like, Return of the Jedi Han, for example, nowhere to stand because you're throwing wood and stuff in there. And it's like, just give him a place to stand, maybe a couple ferns, and just make it look like Endor. It doesn't have to be all this shit on top. So anyways, it's okay. Like, I'm not, at least this is something I can work with, but it is a little bit on the plain side. But sometimes less is more. I do like that nameplate though. That's pretty cool. But interesting enough, it doesn't have his name. It doesn't have deck. It says Predator Badlands. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, switch out eyes is amazing. Finally, Hot Toys doing what they should be doing. Yep. Yeah, essential for this figure. And I'm just glad to see they didn't half-ass it. Like, I don't feel like this is a half-assed figure. And that It means a lot to me as a collector. Really love the Thia character design. It's a shame I can't say the same for Deck in his legs. What's wrong with the legs? We got a Hammer of God. What's going on, my friend? Man, I could have used you last night when I was trying to figure out what the price of this was going to be, and I did guess. I guessed 400. So 405 is pretty close. And I'm okay with that. You know, I was worried it'd be like 450, something like that. But yeah, 405. Feral Predator was 400. I can get behind this. Nice afternoon Friday stream. What's up? Yeah, doing well. Working to get to the weekend. That's what we are doing. And man, we've had some pretty fire releases lately, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be a collector right now. Valkyrie says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who felt like Han Solo's stand had too much on it. Yeah, like, you got to find the middle ground. I want a diorama base, but I don't want just a bunch of shit put on it. Like, make it functional, and sometimes less is more. Like, you can make, and I'll bring up InArt, like, I like their bases, and I don't like the magnetic technology, and they're kind of getting away from that, but I like how it's the environment, but it's simple. It doesn't have to be throwing all this stuff on it. Very well said. It feels like actually gave a crap about this. Yeah, for sure. I actually thought maybe they'd wait a couple more weeks and let people see the movie in case, I don't know, in case they threw Bud in there or something like that. But yeah, glad that we're able to talk about it today. Just a personal thing. He looks like he should be taller with narrow knees. To me, they look the same thickness the entire length. I have a weird thing for body proportions. So when you talk about, it looks like he should be taller. So again, he is a runt. So he is like the smallest predator. And he should have been destroyed by his father. But something happened and he wasn't. So he's probably going to be small. He's going to be probably a lot smaller than Feral Predator. And, he's not much bigger, honestly, than Thia. So he is a little bit on the smaller side, and that's on purpose. But I get what you're saying, about the legs. Maybe he's too stocky, but I think he's fine. Daniel says, for me, the base for battle damage Vader was the best. Yeah, just give him... I don't want... Like, you got to find a middle ground. Like, place to stand. You got to have enough room, but not too big or gaudy, because you got to fit it with other figures, too. Yeah... would love his brother and father too. Yeah, I mean, Predator seems to be coming back around for Hot Toys, right? We're getting a bunch of different variants. We got the Samurai. What was the other one? I want to say like Tusk Raider or half Tusk Predator or something like that with the alien stuff in it. We're getting this. We're getting Predator. So I kind of hope there's a shot for like some of the older stuff to be redone too, because it is, again, you're in the MMS 100, so it'd be nice if they kind of come back around to that too. I mean, Predator, this was even before my time collecting, but Predator had a big following. Like, you go on YouTube, you see videos from like, I don't know, 2017, 2018, 2019, you see people that just had whole shelves of Predator. So there's definitely people out there that would collect this stuff, me being one of them, a Predator shelf. I wanted to do it early on when I was collecting, but there's just too much other stuff coming. And I kind of started it, but then kind of got away from it. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for explaining. It makes sense to me, him being the runt. I must see the movie before making further comments. No, it's all good. But yeah, if you're wondering why he looks small, he shouldn't be alive. Sam, the only thing that I could see this lingering is because they gave 2 SKUs. Do you guys, anybody know, like, again, at the beginning of the show, we talked, like, I don't see the value in the figure without Thia. And I think this is a really good price with the 2 together. And I haven't seen anybody say that they want to get just the Predator. But 2 SKUs is a little interesting. I'm surprised they didn't just give us the 2, but maybe they felt somebody wanted to like save some money or something. But I don't know. It's not even that big of a gap for me. Yeah, you know what? Speaking of this, I think in 2021 I bought the Berserker Predator, and when he came, all the straps were broken and peeling, and so I had to return it. But I had him in my hand for like a day, and then I sent it back, and I never bought it again. And come to see years later, like almost all of those Predators have that same issue with the pleather breaking and peeling, and it's really really rare to actually find a Berserker Predator that's intact, and a lot of people have actually done the leather straps themselves. So that's probably why I never went back and got that one. The other thing that I worry about with Predator figures is the dreads. So if you're going backwards and buying the old Predator figures, like the rubber, I worry that's going to crack and then like break and stuff like that, especially because they are so old. With the Feral Predator, it's like a different technology. It doesn't feel like rubber. It's more of like a synthetic material. And I'm wondering if, I doubt they went back to just the same old like rubber dreads for this figure. It's probably a different material. If anybody knows, let me know. But you would think it'd be something that would maybe last longer. But that's kind of why I stopped going back, and I sold a couple of my figures because they were so old, and I was just kind of worried about the rubber dreads. So yeah, I even gave him the small tusk. I got Jazzy in the house. Good morning, my friend. Hello, hello. Yeah, a lot of them have those pleather issues for sure. So again, we do have the full armored version. Not really interested in this. The helmet looks great. Probably going to use this sword of his though. That I like a lot. But I don't know. I just, the movie had him without his mask on like the whole time. So that's kind of the look I want to go with. But you can't deny it looks good. And again, you got the pitting, you got a bunch of imperfections going on, but the helmet itself looks cool, or the biomask, I should say. It looks really cool. Like, look at the detail in the legs itself and the skin. It's going to be so cool. I hope the body holds up. I don't know about doing a dynamic pose for a long period of time, because now we kind of, we don't have those visible joints, but now you got to be a little bit more careful when posing the figure. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. But this looks good. I mean, outside of like me thinking he should be a little bit more on the brown side, I think this looks really good. And like you guys said, you got the small broken tusk here as well. The armor looks good. I love how the combination of silver and gold go together, and then you have like the black here. So that black fabric looks really good. I can't really say enough good things about it. The one problem that I have with Predator figures is the seam line, and I honestly don't know how they can fix it, so I don't take it too seriously. But like, it does kind of stink seeing the seam for the interchangeable tusks there, or the mandibles. But yeah, you can't deny this figure just looks so freaking cool. And I know Tiny Art Guy was talking about like the size and everything, and I know like the dreads being kind of pulled back into like a pony was kind of hard for me to get over too, but it is what it is. It's cool. Am I tripping, or all the pictures of the Predator not having his arms bent at all? Really hoping the arms can actually bend. It's probably going to be a single, I would guess a single joint bend here. You think they do another SKU with different armor? Possibly. Quite possibly. They can give us separate head sculpts for realism's sake, so that's the best option. We got Collection Obsession, jail member in the house. Did you get the Samurai Predator? No, I passed. So like, if I'm collecting Predator figures, and most of my figures in general, it's got to be live action, and then like from some sort of movie or even show, but then also I have to have like a connection with it. As cool as some of these figures look, I can't just buy a figure for being a figure. Like even the battle damage Darth Vader, wound up passing on it just because, as cool as it looks, I don't really have I mean, I have a connection with Vader. It's a little bit different, but I haven't seen it in anything. I don't know where to put them. I like the battle damage to Obi-Wan Vader, so I just kept that one. But like, yeah, for Predator figures, I can't just buy one if it looks badass. Gotta have that connection to it. Really enjoyed this week's Wolfpack. Watched it earlier. Well, thank you, my friend. Yeah, it was really fun. Time flew. We try to keep it to 2 hours. This one went longer, but really great having Ben on the show, as well as DLO and Brick each and every week. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of good stuff to talk about, and it was just fun hanging out with you guys. Let's go through a few more of these pictures here. So again, you get the open mandibles, and then you get the closed. Get some of his weapons that you can kind of see here. Get the bow and arrow. Looks like a pretty badass shot right there. Okay, the one thing I gotta say. The blades. Why can't we go back to diecast? Why is that such a problem? You're charging a lot more for these figures, and you're cheapening out on the accessories. I know I've said it before, but I was plugging in the blades to Feral Predator, and they're so flimsy, and honestly, the paint apps look okay, but it looks nowhere near what diecast looks like. Like the believability of the blades being real, it's just not there. Like why can't we just go back to diecast? Even the friction fit isn't as good. I do have a problem with that, and I wish Hot Toys would kind of step up to the plate a little bit more and do what they used to do with high-end accessories. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I'm sure these are plastic. They kind of look like it from here. But the other thing I worry about is the ends of these blades. When they're plastic, like if you bump it or if the figure falls over, you just bump it while you're posing, you're more likely to either break off the tip or just for it to kind of get like gnarled up or like, I guess, dull. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you bump it against something, like that end is not going to be as sharp. It's going to like bend and whatnot because it is plastic. So yeah, that does kind of worry me about that. I love how I send in my chat about the arms. All these pics have the arms bent. Thank God it's not like Galactus. So, 2 pairs of interchangeable eyeballs. Not only did they give us the interchangeable eyeballs, they gave us the is it I'm blanking out on, is it Wayland Corp? I think eyes. Those are pretty cool. I could see myself using those at times as well. So it's nice to have the switch out. Again, the head sculpt looks good. Like you can see pores, you can see scars and stuff like that. So I want to see this movie again, man. Of course, separate rolling eyeballs. So I'm assuming hairpiece just pops off. Oh no, maybe it's underneath here because I think there's that line. So yeah, just underneath the head. Yeah, those Whalen eyes look great. 2 display modes attached to deck's back and handheld. So we were talking with the Wolfpack boys last night on how is he holding her. I thought maybe magnet, but is a magnet going to be strong enough for that? Or is it going to be, and Brick brought this up, is it going to be like the Death Trooper where it just has the transparent pole? That might be more functional, just to have the pole, but it'd have to kind of go up in here somewhere. I don't know, but like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's magnet? Do you think it's a transparent pole? I'm gonna end this poll here quick too. Speaking of poll, end poll. All right, have you seen Predator Badlands? We had 26 votes. 65% of people said no. Interesting. Go see it, people. Oh, Valkyrie says, I'm listening while I work. My manager asked me about the meeting, and I said it's good. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for like my phone to go off. Got a couple emails, but I'm like, well, we'll stream for 45 minutes to an hour, and then we'll get back to work. So just tell your boss he'll get back to it. We got more important things right now, right? But look at like the detail here. I could imagine will be a little softer, but it still looks good to me. Like, looks good. Like, you even have like liquids and stuff going on. You have like a spine coming down. I think it looks pretty cool. Can't really complain about this figure at all. The only thing I can complain about is I gotta wait till like 2027 probably to get it. That stinks, but that's the one thing that stinks. Like, we get so excited, right, for these announcements, and then you're talking about it, and then you're like, oh, hurry up and wait. That just kind of stinks. I wish Hot Toys could get this down to like 9 months, like what they did with Superman. Like, hit it while the iron's hot. Like, if you could have this, if you could get you know, the schematics of these figures beforehand, and maybe they can't, so this is just me spitballing here, but if you could get the schematics of it beforehand and then have it like months after the movie releases, like that would be awesome. And I don't know why they can do it with a couple figures, but most of them they can't. I don't know, maybe it's just demand. I don't know how Hot Toys does stuff, but it would just be nice as the consumer. Because I think this is like slated March of 2027 or something like that. But yeah, she's definitely going to be on the back for me. We got JWC924 channel member. What's going on? Looks phenomenal. Can't wait to watch the film. Yeah, I want to see it again. Adam says, my guess is an invisible pole we can't see. That's my guess too. It's the most practical. I don't know if a magnet will really hold her up. I mean, it's half of a figure, sure, but yeah. And I'm okay with that. All right, interchangeable mandibles. Let's see. So, trying to find this. I can see the seam line here and here, but it must like run this kind of line here. So, I mean, they've done a good job hiding it up here. Unless, yeah, I'm trying to find that, but kind of weird. But this looks good. This looks really good. The eyes look good. Look at all the detail though on the head itself. He's one ugly mother, right? Look at the Predator writing, you know, on the armor itself. Two styles of interchangeable sculpted hair. Oh, I missed that. Okay. All right. Sculpted hair, guys. So I bet this is not rubber anymore, and I bet it's more of like probably the feral predator or just more of like a flimsy plastic material. So that is good. That I actually like that. I must have missed that. But yeah, so you can do the more of like the action hair too. So okay, that's cool. I did not know that. Let's see. Tiny Art Guy says, do you own the Wednesday figure, Graham? I love it. It's my figure of the year. I like it that much. I do not. You know, kids like the show, but how long will they like the show? You know, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the show, and she looks great. I will give it that. But again, like the connection just wasn't there for me. I thought about getting her for the girls, but will they care next year? Probably not. And then when I kind of looked at her, she was already waitlisted, and then the price was actually going up on Toys Buying Agent. So, yeah, that's one I'm going to have to let go, unfortunately. Do you think this will dethrone feral and wolf heavy weaponry predator? How old is wolf? I mean, wolf's got to be pretty old. Feral, I mean, they're just so different. It's like saying pick your favorite food. Well, I love pizza, but I also love steak, but they're so different. So it's really hard for me to pick. I love them both for different reasons and on different days. But I got to say, with Thia on the back, this is going to be a badass figure. So yes, I'm going to say this will dethrone Feral Predator. But I do think Feral Predator might still be the harder figure to get because this obviously has 2 SKUs. Might be, and it, you know, Prey didn't hit theaters. Like Prey was straight to Hulu. So I don't know how many of that figure they actually made. Where this one went to theaters, it's getting some spotlight. So yeah, I think that'll be the harder to find figure, but I think this one will be like the more popular one. Looks a lot better on the neutral sculpt than the yelling sculpt. First time for everything, we have separate rolling eyeballs for the Predator as well. And I think that's going to be really, really great for this figure, for the realism. You know, when you look at older Predator figures, you can definitely tell the eyes are painted. These are going to be like actual eyeballs that they use. They're going to look fantastic. I'm excited for this. And Hot Toys over the last couple of years has gotten really, really good at the rolling eyeballs and making them look natural. Where the first bunch, they looked too open. You know, they just didn't look natural. So like they're getting really good at that too. But yeah, I like too how they've attention to detail. You know, you got the one mandible tusk that's, you know, broken. So that looks great. I'm excited for this figure. We got neck, upper chest, arms, and legs made of soft vinyl material for a natural, seamless joint design. Great. I mean, that's the other thing too. When you ask, will this dethrone other Predator figures? Well, you have rolling eyes, you have a seamless body, you got Thia on the back. Yeah, I think this is going to be, the number one Predator going forward. This is setting the standard, and I hope they keep making Predator figures that we can keep buying. And then here's everything you get. So this is, again, the Deck and Thia SKU. I think the only difference between the two is you don't get Thia and obviously her gun for the other one. But yeah, $405 for this. I'm definitely in. Going to be pre-ordering this probably within the next week or two. The normal sand base, I'm okay with that. I'd rather have that than like the Feral Predator base. Seamless joints, great. Oh, so she's magnetically attachable on his back. But I'm curious. I thought maybe just like his arms would go into the vine that he's using. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that actually hooks up, because she's magnetic. So does that mean does he have a magnetic hand for her too? I don't know. Or is it going to be that invisible pull? Interchangeable mandibles, separate rolling eyeballs for both, and you get her Whalen eyes as well. Cool sword, got a bunch of weapons. Predator's got to have all his tech. So yeah, really, really excited for this. Let me know, what questions you guys have. What are you wondering about with this figure before we kind of end this thing? We got 35 in the house. Hit that like button, and make sure you let me know you're here if you're watching, if you're lurking. Let's just close out. So yeah, the other one, we got some different pictures here too, so we can just take a look. Just kind of, again, more focused on Deck. We saw that one. See, like a base like this, and I know this is just for the photo. If there's enough room down here for him to like stand, like this, something like this is fine too. Like it doesn't have to be throwing shit all over it. But I'm okay with this. I kind of like the dark colored sand. I do like this a lot. I'm just kind of curious on why it doesn't say Deck on there. It just says the movie. But I like the black. Like the garments look great. Just a really cool looking Predator figure. And yeah, he's gonna be smaller than your normal Predator. Sculpted hair. I'm assuming the biomass is gonna be magnetic. That's really cool. Really cool. Would anybody just get Deck, or is everybody all in on Thia as well? Very nice. Yeah, very good. I'm liking it. I'm getting it. What are you guys? You guys going to get anybody passing on this? 2 styles of interchangeable sculpted hair. Yeah, most of these we've seen here. Some really good improvements, and that's just what you like to see from Hot Toys. Like, give us the figure, but they didn't half-ass this one. They really put some thought into it, and I can get behind that. Let's see. Tiny Art Guy says, do you think there will be more figures from the film, presuming there are more characters in it? So there's a couple, you see his father and his brother for a little bit, not much. I honestly think this is going to be it for the movie. No matter how well this does, I don't know. I don't see them doing that. But if this does well, it sounds like this is going to be like, this is opening the door to future films. Like it's going to continue. So I think there will be more figures from the franchise, whatever the future brings. I think they're going to do more then. So yeah, we'll see. I could see maybe a full figure Thia though from this. I could see that, but I don't know about that either, because does anybody near? Maybe that's why they gave us the 2 SKUs. Maybe that's why you can get him by himself, because maybe down the road they're going to do a full figure of her, and then you could put her with him. I don't know. Speculation. Aaron says he already pre-ordered the figure. Yeah. Yeah, imagine a 1/6 scale callus. Nah, yeah, that'd be pretty huge. I actually saw on one of the Facebook groups this morning, somebody had a 1/6 scale. Oh, what the hell was it? Let me check here. Oh, yeah, the sand crawler from Star Wars that the Jawas ride in. It was like in a freaking shed. It was so big, man. From Super 8 to Predator Badlands, Elle Fanning has been amazing. You know, I haven't really seen her in too much. The one that sticks out to me is We Bought a Zoo. I actually really like that movie. That was a good one. Little ScarJo. Matt Damon. We Bought a Zoo. What else has she been in? Other than Super 8. Let's go to Sideshow. Glad my mic's working. Come on. Sometimes Sideshow, it really takes a little bit to get going here. Anybody get a free figure? Unfortunately for me, there's none that I want. Ah, that's right. She was in Maleficent. I like that movie too. That's right. I think you've persuaded me to buy the Feral Predator. How tall is he? Module case is 1/6 here put together using your YouTube video guide. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you can find the Feral Predator, pick him up. I think he's like 14.5 inches tall. I have mine in the 6 series case right now, and he fits just perfectly fine. Still has some headroom there. So yeah, I mean, the Prey was just so damn good. A really solid movie all around. Yeah, it's tough to beat that one. I really wish they would have made Naru, but I get it. I got Hera and Sabine and got Boba on Throne free. Use up all my Halloween rewards too. Very nice. Actually just sold my Boba on the Throne. He just didn't fit with anything. I really love that throne though. It's really cool. And now that you had Hera and Sabine to add to Star Wars, it's going to be great. Yeah, so like look at all the Predator we're getting just from Hot Toys here, and they do have the pictures up here. So again, Deck himself is $345. The pair is $405. I think the value is obviously in the pair. You got to get. I don't see why anybody would skimp on that, but yeah, actually, okay. So March 2027 is the end of the window. So hopefully we get it before then. So October 2026 to March 2027. So let's just pray that this is on the October side, the 2026 side. That would be really cool if we get this within about a year. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Ooh, here's a good question. Assistant to the regional Sith. Do you think they'll upgrade the Jungle Predator to seamless body? They should. Let's see. Where is he? They really should. Let's go to deluxe. Yeah, so you know that's one of the things. Like you can see the joints. Obviously, this one though. This one I don't know because he's got the knee guards. So no, I'm gonna say they don't because you really don't see much. I mean, you see the elbows, you don't really see the shoulders, the midsection. I think the midsection on my Jungle Hunter was one piece. So no, I'm gonna say they don't. Man, that guy looks cool though. Can't wait to get this one. Yeah, I'm gonna say he has too much armor. Okay, this is a great comment. They need to fix Jungle Hunter's height because that's unacceptable. I 100% agree. And yeah, there's no reason for it. It's 1/6 scale. So make him 1/6 scale. Like there's no way. And I got the classic Jungle Hunter. Looking at him right now. Granted, he's on a lower base, but my William Money from The Unforgiven is the same height as him. And granted, he's on a little bit higher of a base, but there should not even be close. So yeah, you're right. It's unacceptable. That was a bummer for me. And honestly, it led me to not pre-order this right away, but obviously I got to have him in the collection. So kind of just did it. But yeah, he should be much taller, 15 inches minimum. I agree. Like, you made a freaking 22-inch Venom. Why can't you just scale the Predator accurately? 100%. But yeah, but I did pre-order this one. Did I get the deluxe? I think I did get the deluxe. Yeah. But okay, so again, and I hate to be that guy. Look at the base. Like, they just try to throw all these Easter eggs at us and say, well, they'll love that. But it's like, no, I don't need all that. Like, there's no room to stand, and it kind of like slopes down. Like, at least just give us room to stand. If you want to throw a couple skulls and plants and even that half of a tree in the back, fine, but like, make it so that it's functional. That's cool. That's cool too. Let's see if I can get to that base again though. Okay, so technically this will be the first Predator with the rolling eyes. I forgot about that. So that's great. Yeah. So it already has the newly developed body. So yeah, so basically the seamless torso. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna change anything else about this body just because most of it's hidden anyway. And then here's the deluxe base, which I don't like. There's just too much stuff. And again, you're trying to like Easter eggs, you're just trying to kind of throw a bunch of stuff in it just to kind of make it cooler, but it doesn't work for me. Armor lights, those almost look die cast. But yeah, so excited for that one, but I don't think I'm getting anything else. We got Feral Predator, got this on pre-order, gonna pre-order this. I thought about, do I get the Broken Tusk? But again, as cool as he looks, almost doesn't really do much for me because I just don't have that connection. But let me take a look at this base quick. Thanks for all hanging out with me, y'all. Appreciate that. Oh, they don't have just a picture of the base itself. So we'll have to go to this one. See, I'm okay with like a rectangular base, and you just make it environment, how it should look with the environment from the movie. That's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be all this shit on top. So I don't know. Maybe one day Hot Toys will do it that way, but we got high on figures in the house. What other Predator do you want Hot Toys to come out with? Well, I talked about it earlier in the show, how I'd like them to kind of 2.0, 3.0 some of the figures from like the 100s, 200s. Like, I'd love to get an updated City Hunter. Kind of sad that I sold my Elder Predator. Yes, I would love Berserker. I talked about that too, where when I bought it 4 years ago, it came damaged with all the pleather broken and stuff, and they're notorious for that. So I would love the Berserker as well. I actually, Predators, I have a sweet spot for, or a soft spot for, how do I say sweet spot? I have a soft spot for Predators. I actually kind of really like that movie. So it was entertaining. It was the first movie that they kind of tried to take a risk and do a different story. So I always give them props for that, and I actually am entertained by that one. But if you haven't seen, I did rank my Predator movies on Wolfpack Wednesday. So on our last live, go check that out if you want to see how I ranked them. And if you agree with me or not, let me know in the comments. But I think that's pretty much going to be it for today, guys. Man, a lot of fun talking about Predator. It's been a good week. I hope this figure does well. And I hope Hot Toys continues to kind of make some more Predator figures. Outside of the big 3 IPs, it's always good to kind of get some refreshing stuff that's different. So let's see here. Don't have any polls running, so we're good there. I think that just about does it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for a bit this morning, and I hope you have a great weekend. It was good to see all of you, especially some of you that I don't get to see on Wednesdays. So thank you guys for making it a great show, and yeah, go see the movie. Hit that like button. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.